That's right. This is why we have Insano.
The internet is a dark and horrible place sometimes. But the internet can be good because we can have games like this in the bottom left here from Team Root. It's Iaguz. My favorite player.
And in the top right, a terrifying player from the Philippines, newly on Psystorm Gaming, it's EnDerr.
Oh yes, and he's fought his way to crown himself as the best Southeast Asian player right now. He's beaten Demilove, he's beaten Blisk.
Yeah.
All of the big names from Southeast Asia cannot beat this kid.
Yeah, Blisk was almost in this top 4, and he deserves to be as well, to be quite honest. But EnDerr stomped him down at the last second and said, nope, it's my turn this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sit down, nerd.
A little bit of a shame.
The Filipino tyrant, EnDerr.
Yeah. EnDerr is a truly, truly awesome player. So hopefully we get a bit of a longer series than the last one, because we always like to see maximum TVZ goodness.
Yes, absolutely. We love TVZ. I think it's your favorite matchup as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So it's just like the classic StarCraft matchup to me. It's the men versus the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pure excitement.
Guns and explosions.
Lots of delicious micro and whatnot. And this is something that Iaguz has actually been doing a fair bit, is going gasless expand.
Yeah, and this, it's an old opening from back in the day, and it's resurging a little bit. I don't have the balls, for lack of a better word, to gasless expand because when on Overgrowth with a natural like this, I get killed by Zerglings.
Yeah,
but
these guys have watched each other's games from the last qualifier, no doubt. So that's maybe something that you can exploit against Iaguz's play in that regard, see when he goes CC first, that kind of thing. But for now, it's a pretty chill early game. We do actually have a pull first from EnDerr, and he does this every game in ZVT. He does not go hatch first.
No, and this is something that we kind of saw few people doing, but we didn't know if it caught on trend-wise. Like it didn't kind of hit the meta really hard like hatch first always did. But yeah, I mean, this works. It holds back Reaper aggression, and greedy Terrans, which Iaguz is, can be abused for it. Yeah,
and it's also useful against 11-11s, and this is one of those maps where people love to proxy.
It's a good proxy map, not gonna lie. There's 2 or 3 places where an 11-11 can drop. Of course, we remember Spear, a good friend Spear from the OSC, and also from from WCS a little bit, just doing a little bit of damage with that proxy 11-11 every single game.
Yeah, he certainly likes his 11-11s, and he's pretty good at it too.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, okay. So we got two Marines out, a third to join in. So these Lings shouldn't do too much, but they're always a bit of a pest. They can deny the building of the CC, deny the building of the bunker if they want to pick up some SCVs.
Quite a few.
Yeah, we do need a couple of SCVs to buffer.
Ooh, one SCV goes down.
And he's delayed the
looking to get that bunker. Yeah, actually, he does need he has all that SCV pulled already. Bunker's finished and filled. So Iaguz is going to be very, very safe here for the next few minutes at least, as he drops that very quick factory.
Yeah.
And going to get those Hellions out. So we'll be seeing a reactor shortly here from Iaguz as he techs up. Yep. He's got the gases, but not put the dudes in the gases yet.
Yeah, not yet. I'm probably just waiting a little bit, squeezing out some more minerals.
He's pulled them out after getting that factory, so he's going to go for a pretty quick third base here while getting some Hellions.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how he goes with that. We've seen Iaguz play a fair few different styles over the last few weeks. He's very much stuck to this gasless opening, as we mentioned, but his play is very much centered around the 3cc kind of deal. He's not much of a 2-baser, but that said, he will throw in an extra couple of racks instead of the CC every now and then. He will do a fast drop build, which has been popular across all matchups with Terrans at the moment. So it's a bit hard to predict, and for that, it's really important that EnDerr makes sure he gets in there and actually gets confirmation of what's going on. If he can, though, because Iaguz is already kind of patrolling around trying to stop him.
Yes, he is, and he's going to get that Hellion count up as well. Around about 3 hatch time. I mean, EnDerr, with that quick layer and those gases there, he's going to be looking to get up into Tier 2 as well. What do you feel like EnDerr's plan is here on Overgrowth? He's not really banking a whole lot.
Not sure. He hasn't actually gone for a 3rd base yet either. So maybe 2-base meter?
Yeah, possibly getting the Evo chamber. There's no Roach Warren or anything yet. He hasn't taken those gases, so maybe not muter.
Yeah, maybe not, actually.
Ah, there they go.
Okay. Yeah.
Roaches.
Alright, Roaches, sure.
Double NG Bay from Iaguz as he takes that 3rd, locking it down, spending those minerals, and it's macroing. I mean, macro is the power of Iaguz. We mentioned it before in our pre-game babble, that Iaguz's macro is really quite flawless.
Yeah,
so
his strength.
That is his power. He's seen that there is no 3rd hatchery. always when you're a Terran, you see that no third hatchery, your heart sinks because you're like, oh God, what is it?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening here? He hasn't seen the Roach Warren yet.
He's going to be feeling
it. Yeah.
There's like 2 things it can be, and it's either mutas or roaches, unless he wants to do like some sort of 2-baseling bane kind of thing.
Both of which you kind of need to make the different things to react to. So
yeah. So he does actually need to get in there. He's been quite conservative with his Hellions. He's not out at the edge of the creep. He's not trying to get in there and poke at the front. So that might be something he wants to do.
The thing is, like, I mean, he can poke and pressure the front a little bit, but he's going to know that if there's no third hatchery, and you know he knows that there's no third hatchery, getting into the natural is going to be hard because there's going to be a lot of units there.
Yeah.
There's going to be something to shut the Hellions down. There'll be queens.
Here we go.
So he's going to just send one in and sees a spine crawler and just takes one poke and leaves.
He can't see the roaches either.
No, he saw the Warren and he saw the Evo chamber, so he's probably feeling a roach timing.
Yeah,
he's going to come back and lock it down.
Yep. Yeah, he certainly must know how many are coming out. Straight away, we see a Marauder come down, see 2 extra bunkers, and the 4 extra racks are about to finish too. So still might be a little bit tricky to hold, but he's got a good grasp on what's happening here.
So this is just this isn't an all-in. This is just a lot of aggression here from EnDerr. Obviously, if Iaguz trades well, he'll be fine. He's going to try and get a siege tank out. It's going to be very, very tough to get it out in time, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit too late. One Hellion dies on the way home. A lot of roaches coming down here. This could be a lot of damage that EnDerr's going to do against Iaguz here. Putting him in a good spot in the early game. He has enough bunkers. He doesn't have quite enough units.
Yeah, where's that siege tank? Is he even?
And he's expanding behind it as well, so he can recover after this roach attack, as long as he doesn't lose them all.
EnDerr's actually so smart. He knows he doesn't even need to go in here, because if Iaguz doesn't do that, he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah. And if he does, then he can just be like, okay, I might pick up a unit here and there and leave.
I think that attacking is a good idea still, and EnDerr is going to attack here. He's going to go in, have a poke at this bunker, get a few SCVs, takes 1 roach worth of damage there, 2 roaches going down, gets a Hellion and a few SCVs. Not quite good trades for EnDerr, but just poking the front, and I think Iaguz is starting to put 2 and 2 together here, and he knows that this isn't a full committal. So the Hellions do leave the front line and go out for a bit more map control, which he has indeed lost at this point.
Yeah, worth a poke. I mean, he didn't lose too much for that, but at the same time, it's kind of like, Iaguz is pretty well defended at this point. He can probably look towards taking his 3rd CC now, because he knows that nothing too drastic is going to be coming his way. Mutas are about to finish, though.
Yeah, they are.
Man,
he's got a few drone kills here. They're lining up a little bit for these Hellions. He's going to get some lings, but there is a spine crawler there, so they will be finished off.
Ouch. And bye-bye Hellions. 5 drone kills, not the worst.
Yeah, not terrible, but definitely a better trade for EnDerr. Losing those drones kind of sucks, but there is a fireball here, and Iaguz is being very aggressive, trying to get this map control back. He's getting the towers. He's used the Hellions to try and push back and force units out of EnDerr, and it's worked for the most part. The 5 mutas are on the way. They're going to be for harassment. Medevacs on the way here to try and heal up that fire. There's not been any Medevacs for quite a while. They're quite late.
Yeah, sticking with those siege tanks is Iaguz, making sure that he'll have enough, and that might help against the Banes. There's not a lot of roaches in the mix left. He's not making any more. It's just
he switched,
Yeah, just what he had left over. So, they're still going to be useful. And you kind of want siege tanks against EnDerr's style, I feel like. Even if you don't have them with your main army, having them parked in the 3rd like this, when you leave, that's going to help when he runs in with lings, which he kind of inevitably tries to do every game. So. And
you have to pull all of your army at the 3rd here because of how naked it is.
Yeah.
These mutas going to look for a tank. There's not quite enough mutas to pick it off.
Don't get too ballsy.
Actually, don't think that was a good trade for EnDerr there.
No, he needs to be quite careful. He really wanted that siege tank. I know that feeling.
Another muta on retreat. Stings. Dropping some creep here. Dropping the creep with the Overlords, like, if you can get a full spread of creep there, that actually takes 1,000 years for the creep to go. Literally 1,000 years.
Literally.
StarCraft 3 comes out before that creep goes away, and you can take that 4th base at that location. It's really annoying.
Feels pretty bad.
You just drop them everywhere. It's really good. The mutas coming across them. That's a dismal amount of mutas. He's starting to get up there again in the muta count, losing a few to not get really much damage at all. He's not getting
2-2, man.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Armory was maybe a little late.
Yeah.
In this scenario, but he did put a lot into trying to defend last minute.
There's a couple medevacs at the back of this push here. Not a lot for the healing of this bio. They can only stim 1 or 2 more times. But this is still a scary push. They have 1-1. EnDerr has 2-2 on the way. He has 1-1 as well for the roaches and the lings.
Yeah, Muta's looking for some reinforcements.
Looks like he's going to try and set up a flank here. He's got a bunch of units on the left. A couple of units coming down from the defenders location as well to the natural.
Yes, and Iaguz is quite well spread, so these small pockets of units aren't going to be too hard to engage. The problem is that there's actually a lot of them.
Yeah, the mutas wants tanks at the back.
Look at that spread.
Oh yeah, big spreads. Not that many banelings to spread against, but he's just being precursive.
Yeah, well, the longer he takes to actually get in here, the more units that are going to be on the ground for EnDerr, and he's actually. Is he supply
Here he comes.
blocked? Oh, he's supply blocked. He's not
Attacking
actually
from
able to
three
make
sides. Lots of Zerg units here from EnDerr, and he's going to clean this up. Big baneling connections on the bio at the front, and the Mutas can actually get these medevacs on the retreat as well.
Oh,
reinforcement from Iaguz, taking out a Muta or two. He does lose one medevac with units in it, but he's taken a big hit. That was a great engagement for EnDerr.
Yeah, okay, here comes the bio. Mine's now in the mix as well, and he should be able to clean this up. Nice spreads.
Yep.
Muta's taking a beat, he loses another one.
Now that engagement was not good for EnDerr at all. That was very good for Iaguz, and EnDerr has to go on the back foot again.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool from Iaguz, because he knew the Mutas that were waiting there to pick off the reinforcements, so he let him group up a bit, and then he had something to retreat to, and this is where the army gets pretty cost inefficient for the Zerg. He doesn't have, he's got Roach Bane on the ground for the moment. He's trying to pump out some more Lings after getting supply blocked for a moment there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. He's well above supply now, so that shouldn't happen, but wow, I guess he is...
this supply is quite scary. 2-2 about to finish. EnDerr will get it first, but only for a couple seconds. Looks like EnDerr's going to try and hit the third, while the attack going on the left here for Iaguz means EnDerr doesn't have much at home at all. He's probably going to lose a hatchery or two here.
Yeah, at the same time, though, Iaguz might be forced to lift that third up.
Yeah, actually, that's a lot of units at that third, so... I mean, losing that third would be devastating for Iaguz. He almost has to go all in if he loses that third. The amount of units he's been making. He's been spending his money very well.
But he's rallying between the third and the natural.
Banelings?
I think. Yeah, I think he'll actually be okay. I mean, he's got this place on lock, and he's putting all his reinforcements into the third base, so those units are going to get cleaned up as well. So EnDerr is between a rock and a hard place at the moment.
Yeah, he needs to clean up these units. He needs to clean up this attack from Iaguz without losing a hatchery or many units at all. But he just can't do it. He doesn't have enough numbers.
Mutas, no!
The Mutas are all... Oh, he's already lost so many Mutas. He's lost 10 Mutas in this game already.
Gosh, they're so low. EnDerr, he needs something to clean up this Terran army with the reinforcements now coming to the middle of the map. We'll see if they join up with the main force or try and hit somewhere else. That I think...
He's down to 3 hatcheries.
Yeah, there could be enough. Oh, gosh. No, not quite enough at all to deal with this.
So difficult.
Pick
up from Iaguz. A big pickup, actually. 2 full medevacs. Got to go into the main while EnDerr's dealing with his attack on his 4th base. Iaguz is going to reinforce, going to go across this creep here in the middle while dropping the main.
Yeah, very good job at trying to keep the creep at bay as well. But at the same time, EnDerr's still been trying to spread it out to get himself some sort of advantage here. Where's the Widowmine hit?
Oh, big hit on those Zerglings there, and his medevacs managed to macro away from the splash damage as well.
Even if he lost those medevacs, it's not too bad of a thing because he's just using the opportunity to move up into this third base position.
That Eunice loss tab that was up for a second there really tells a tale. Almost 20,000 more resources for EnDerr going down. Oh my god, and another Banelings coming through. Good, actually, connections with the Banelings there on that cluster of Marines. But Iaguz, just as we mentioned this macro, never, ever runs out of units.
GG.
GG. Overwhelms EnDerr in game 1 on Overgrowth there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that that was one-sided, but that looked like a little bit of a shaky first game from EnDerr. He can definitely do better.
Oh, certainly. And I think also from last week's games, I just got a really good feel for how EnDerr actually plays. He knows about these backstabs. So if you go back and look at the other games that they played, Iaguz didn't really have too much defense at the third base, whereas this time he was rallying his reinforcements between his natural and his third in case of that happening, and he was able to push that back where usually that would force Iaguz to come home or go all in like you mentioned. So he's got, having that knowledge of how he's playing, he's able to tailor his parade pushes to incorporate that little bit of extra defense at the same time. But
yeah,
that was scary.
He still reads from the Book of Innovation, and that is when you make 3 CCs, you just attack and you don't stop until you win or lose.
That's it.
And he just never... I mean, if we had the replay for that game, I'll guarantee that those barracks never stop churning out units. It's actually scary how good this guy is at macro.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he really only needs the one build.
If you do it well enough, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a very old saying, and it's a very true saying. So
I think he'll probably keep doing that for this series. But we'll see. I mean, I'll say that, and he'll do something completely different, make me look silly. But wouldn't be the first time, so that's okay.
I liked the idea from EnDerr in that game. Just turn around and talk about the other player. EnDerr is his. I feel like his roach aggression is really something that he's been able to clench some really good wins with, and I feel like he should probably whip that out a couple times in this series, just to get a couple more maps.
Yeah.
So I think this is something that. I think Iaguz is expecting it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
He might be going for that. Maybe some Hellbat timings with a Cloak Banshee follow up to defend against the roaches or be aggressive with his own roaches.
Yeah.
But You know, like on a map like King Sejong, this is a roach aggression map. It's very...
It is very much a roach aggression map. We'll see if he does it. He tends to switch up his composition a lot. He will fast meter one game, roach bane the next game, ling bane meter the next game. So he's comfortable with all of them, and you know, some of them lend more to that early game pressure that we saw. And it did its job in the early game. He didn't kill anything, but he forced 3 bunkers, a siege tank.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, it's wasted minerals, but unfortunately lost some roaches.